I am extremely delighted to have this opportunity to welcome Dr. S. Xavier Britto, Chairman of K-Indev Logistics, India Private Limited. May I now invite him to address the gathering.
At the outset, I thank Almighty and my parents for this wonderful day. In fact, my sincere thanks to Reverend Father Joe Arun, Director, Financial Controller, Dean, all the faculty members, my colleagues and friends, and the students of LIBA. As usual, I say that you're all fortunate to study in one of the most prestigious institutions in India. Because I only know in the business world, wherever I go, whenever I say that I'm the old student of Loyola, the amount of respect I get is tremendous. So I wish you all the best, because you are all going out. And LIBA would have given you a lot of confidence. Of course, your director is the real role model, because I have been watching him for many years. The girl before was telling a leader is one who shows the way and goes the way and creates the way. And Father Joe Arun is a leader in education, in spirituality. Now I would say that in government positions. In short, I can say that he is a multi-talented and multi-functional personality. And nowadays it's very difficult to get such a complete and comprehensive person in the business world. Probably Father Arun would have been with us. We would have developed much more in the management style and professionalism. Thank you, Father, and of course, I am thankful to, because it's very difficult to get such a leader, particularly in the management schools, and who is a doctor, who is a learned professional, So it's good to be with him always, because I learn a lot from him. And I am thankful to Jesuit fathers and Jesuit institution. Every time in my speech I say that. And what else I can repay to them? Nothing. And I'm so happy that today Jesuits and Father Joe Arun, they have given me the opportunity to be part of this building and also to have this endowment lecture. And I'm really proud, and I am thankful to you all on behalf of my family and all my group members. And talking about our great friend, Dr. Ennarasu coronation, I have been associating myself with Dr. Ennarasu for many years. In short, I may say he's a man of stuff. He's a man of knowledge, man of experience. We don't meet often. If we meet in most of the important forums, and where he will also be the speaker. I always say, discipline is the bridge for your goal and accomplishments. Today, Dr. Ennarasu has achieved so much. It is because of his discipline. Because I say education is a character, and character is discipline. Anyone who has got the discipline will have to come up in life. And I have learned a lot from Dr. Ennarasu both physical and mental discipline he has around. And I have to share one important thing. See, I always in logistics, I try to do something new for the past 4 decades. There are many things I had started in India, and after that many people follow. Same way, in a place like Mundra, nobody wanted to go and establish free trade zone because we were one of the pioneers in this free trade zone. At a time, nobody wanted to get into the concept. Now everybody is talking about AZZ and free trade zone, which is becoming very big, and Prime Minister is always talking about that. So when I went there, nobody was there. And we have big people in logistics, nobody took the risk. Because, Ahmedabad and Mundra, you don't have the hinterland, and this is a new concept. But that time, Dr. Enarasu was in Mundra. When I approached him, he knows me, so he said, yes, you will be very successful, Britto, but initially it will be very difficult. Then I got allotment of 16 acres and I established a free trade zone with all the licenses and everything. He helped me through his friends. Of course, I struggled for 5 years. But today, we don't have space. And many people want to follow. Because I had explained to him the advantages of the free trade zone and then how the clients could get benefited from this concept. So I am really thankful to him. And because of that, now we are going to establish one of the biggest free trade zone in Mumbai. We have already signed the contract. So we already have in Chennai now, we are the biggest free trade zone operators. So, Father, thank you very much for this opportunity. And dear friends, I will take a brief time because I have to leave it to Dr. Enarasu. And, logistics is my passion. And one who pursues his passion with persistence will have to be successful. So for me, the logistics, basically, I'm proud of India now. Because I have seen the most conventional period, medieval period, and, the most digital period now. And I have been traveling, even last week I was in Japan. I have been traveling widely. The kind of respect Indians get nowadays in other countries, I'm so happy. As you all know, India can withstand any global shocks. I would call it resilient India. Trump tariff cannot do anything to India. You know why? 70% of our GDP is from the home consumption. So long as you have consumption within the country has to be stable, the country will be resilient. And we have the population, we have the domestic demand, and we will continue to be resilient. That is why India is maintaining GDP average between 6.5% to 7% when the world average is only 2.7%. Recently, 2025, IMF has already noted India is marginally above Japan, coming into the 4th place in the economic size of the world. And our Prime Minister has already rightly said that India will move to the 3rd place in 2028. And 2048, the government has already fixed a situation wherein India could become the largest economy of the world. And so, we have to be really moving up. And for that, logistics is the backbone. That is why in the last 5 years, I have seen a lot of importance has been given to logistics. And all the critical factors are now included in the logistics sector. And there is a complete transformation of logistics sector. You know why? It is because number one, government initiatives. Number two, technology adoption. Number three, the overall infrastructure development. Number four, e-commerce expansion. When I am talking about it, because you people have to understand how this industry is picking up, how it is so important, and how this industry is going to be highly employment potential. And so, when you talk about government initiatives, the government has come out with Gati Shakti program, wherein they talk about integrated multi-connectivity infrastructure program, which means they have connected 44 ministries with 36 states and union territories in order to have an integrated infrastructure development approach. That is why you see a lot of, in the budget also, a lot of money is injected for the infrastructure development. And then the government has come out with a national, for the first ever time, national logistics policy. I had never seen it before. In order to basically to reduce the cost, logistic cost, because India is one of the highest compared to the global logistic costing. So we need to have a proper policy in place and also have a proper system in place in order to have appropriate data to make the right decisions. Then only we can reduce the cost. National logistics policy. And the third important thing is United Interface Logistics Interface Program, ULIP, which is nothing but digital initiative of Gati Shakti program and also national logistics policy. The primary objective of this platform is to combine all the systems in such a way to provide logistics efficiency. And because of all this, in the last 5 years, my dear friends, the logistic industry is growing fast. And today, the size of the industry is almost $317 billion. And that is 2023 statistics. And 2034, this industry will become $632 billion. You see the growth, and the year-on-year growth is almost 10% compared to the global average of 4%. And see the amount of importance that is being given to logistic industry. The second one is in the infrastructure development. Now, government is totally focusing on all the logistics sectors. You would have heard dedicated freight corridors, and you would have read Bharat Mala, which is nothing but every year they have fixed a number of kilometers on the highways they will lay down. That is why you find a lot of highways all over India. Then they talk about Sagar Mala for the port development in order to increase the port efficiency, turnaround time, and also port-related growth. That is Sagar Mala. Then they talk about waterways development. For the first ever time they have started trying to connect. India is so potential. 111 rivers have been estimated to be connected. You know why? Because the amount of money, because 70% of our logistics, as Father Arun said, is being transported by the road. The amount of cargo emissions. Now everybody is talking about the climate change. And government has to focus their attention on a multi-modal transport connectivity in terms of integration. That is the reason why the waterways is now, they have started giving so much of connectivity. Because when you do waterways transportation, it is almost emission-free. Apart from that, 30 to 40% of your logistic cost comes down. The last one is the biggest infrastructure development which is happening around, you would have read, multi-logistics park. This is nothing but the integrated transport connectivity, which means you will try to have a multi-logistics park wherein you will have railway sidings, road transport, and other warehousing facilities. Everything will be in one place. Now, the reason is that one is to reduce the logistic cost. The other one is optimum utilization of the asset. Asset like railways and your transports and the warehouse. And these infrastructural developments are happening in such a speed. That is why India is growing very strong in the logistics sector. The last but one I have to tell you is this technology adoption. Our logistic industry is now getting into tech-oriented. And a lot of this artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, and Internet of Things, all those things are coming in now. I was recently in Hong Kong with my partners' headquarters. They have a warehouse in 14 floors. And every floor, 40-foot, 20-foot heavyweight containers can go in. And each floor is allotted for different type of products, from cigarettes to all branded commodities to electronics and so on. I saw one tremendous, the less human interface. Saw a warehouse, which is totally unmanned. It is completely operated by robotics. The amount of productivity they have, the amount of the ambience and cleanliness they have. So nowadays the sensitive products, they are handling through the robotics. It was of course it is a very high cost establishment. But I was thinking, when I am going to bring this to India, our vendors have to pay for it, So I saw it because this technology is making a big impact in our logistic industry. As you know, artificial intelligence today, everybody is talking about. Of course, artificial intelligence should not rule us. It should serve us. And most of the people are afraid that it could lead to loss of jobs. Not like that. It is going to give new opportunities. That is what we have to look at it. In terms of streamlining our operations, in terms of furthering our innovations, and also helping us to have a real-time data to make the right decisions. That is why if I want to build a resilient supply chain, I need to have optimum production with proper supply chain planning. If I have to have proper supply chain planning, which is nothing but the entire logistic chain, I need all these technology tools, and we are rightly now adopting this technology. This is the third important point which makes our industry growing very fast. And lastly, the e-commerce, you know that. The growth of e-commerce in the recent days. China is too far. I was in Shanghai and all that. Everywhere, anything, the Chinese order online. We are less than 10%. They are almost more than 50%. How much we have to cover in the e-commerce? Today, they are talking about the forward delivery and reverse delivery, so many concepts. Even yesterday, I was talking to one technical group about the reverse e-commerce logistics and so on. So much of opportunity is there in e-commerce, which is also getting into more technical. That's why I say logistic education in future will have to be a comprehensive education wherein we have to talk about engineering, technology, and also humanities. Then only this logistic education will become more comprehensive. So, dear friends, in concluding, I have to say that with all the landscape changing today and the transformation that is happening today, as a business leader, I have to see the influencing areas, the factors such as sustainability, collaborative innovation, technology, climate change, and skill development. And I should be in a position as a business leader, as a businessman, to integrate environmental and social factors in order to have the proper running of the organization involving my environmental and social factors in making my strategic decisions. That is the reason why, my dear friends, today this industry employs 22 million people as per the latest statistics. And it is also mentioned that down the line in 10 years, we have to have 10 million jobs ready. And these jobs are well paid. And of course, you have to equip yourself with comprehensive logistics studies. The world belongs to competent. Get good, get better, and be the best. Thanks a lot, and thanks, Father.